Betrayed by her own dad, a secret sister crashes in with a vengeance, and she's ready to burn their empire down. Will Elena lose everything to a family lie, or turn the tables in the ultimate revenge twist? Stick around, this gets wild.
It was 3:12 a.m. when my phone buzzed, the screen glowing with a text from my dad. "Get home now. Your brother's in trouble." I stared at those words until they blurred, my stomach twisting with that old bitter mix of fury and duty. My name's Elena, and for 28 years, I've been the family's rock, the one who fixes everything, the one who never says no. But that night was supposed to be mine. I was out celebrating a huge win, creative lead at a buzzing ad agency in Los Angeles, a job I'd clawed my way up to after years of hustle. My best friend Jamie nudged a fresh mojito my way, her voice cutting through the bar's hum. "Don't let him drag you down again, Elle. You've earned this." The ice clinked in my glass as I took a sip, the mint sharp against my tongue. "You don't get it. It's probably Lucas again, freaking out over something dumb, like the time he lost his wallet at a club, and Dad made me drive across town to sort it out." Jamie rolled her eyes. "And your dad thinks you're the family superhero? That's on them, not you." I pulled up Dad's number, my finger hovering over the call button. Jamie swiped my phone. "Wait till sunrise at least. Give yourself that." But I knew the drill. Dad's texts would turn into calls, then voicemails, each one more frantic until I caved. I grabbed it back and dialed. His voice rasped through the line, heavy with worry. "Where are you? Lucas got fired today. His boss caught him slacking, and now he's a mess." I rubbed my forehead, the bar's chatter fading. "Dad, it's late. What am I supposed to do about it right now?" "Come home, Elena. He needs a new job, and you're good at that stuff, resumes, interviews. Plus his car payment's due and he's clueless." I swallowed hard. "Dad, I can't. I just got this gig in LA. I start soon." The line went dead quiet. Then his tone turned frosty. "A job over your own blood? We raised you better." "It's not just a job. It's my life, my shot. I've been grinding for this. Lucas needs you here," he snapped. "Family first, Elena. Always." A pause, then, "You could work anywhere. Phoenix has ad agencies." Jamie caught my eye, shaking her head hard. "No, Dad," I said, my voice steady. "Not this time." His reply was steel. "Then you're making your choice. Come home and help your brother, or don't bother calling yourself a Gibson anymore." It hit like a punch. An ultimatum? Really? You're serious? We've given you everything, school, your first car, and now you ditch us when Lucas needs you? I wanted to yell back that I'd juggled 2 jobs through college while Lucas partied, that I'd paid off their help while he racked up debt at 24. Instead, I muttered, "I'll think it over," and hung up. Jamie squeezed my arm. "You know what's next, right?" I nodded, an idea sparking. "I'm done running back, but I'm not arguing either." I yanked out my laptop, the mojito shoved aside. One-way ticket to LA tomorrow. No shouting matches, no big scene. Just a note to lay it all out. Jamie grinned. "You're really doing it? Watch me." My fingers raced, booking the flight. 28 years of playing their game stopped now. My phone lit up again. Lucas this time. "Elle, please come home. I'm lost without you." I ignored it, opening a blank doc. "Dear Dad, Mom, Lucas." The truth poured out, years of bottled-up resentment finally free. By dawn, the letter was done, 4 pages of raw honesty. My hands shook as I sealed it. "Read it," I told Jamie, who'd stuck by me all night. "Too brutal." She unfolded it, her voice soft but firm. "Dear Dad, Mom, Lucas, when you see this, I'll be headed to LA. I know this isn't what you expected, but I can't keep breaking myself to prop you up. Dad, you say family first, but it's always been about Lucas. I worked 2 jobs in college, and you called me distant when I couldn't babysit him. My first big break, you brushed it off because Lucas crashed his car again. Mom, your silence let it happen. You watched me drown in his chaos and never stepped in. And Lucas, I love you, but you're 24. Your messes aren't my emergencies anymore. Your job loss isn't a crisis, it's a wake-up call. I'm not running to hurt you. I'm choosing me. I've got a job in LA, a place lined up, a fresh start. No guilt trips or threats will pull me back. I've been on my own since 19. This just makes it official. If we're going to stay connected, it's got to be fair. No more leaning on me to fix everything. I hope you get why someday. Love, Elena." Jamie looked up, eyes shining. "It's spot on." I zipped my duffel, the essentials packed. Not too harsh. It's just right. She hauled my bag to her truck. Airport. Uber, I said. You've done enough staying up with me. The drive to my folks' place felt like a dream. The desert sky still dark. Jamie parked a street over, lights off. I crept out, letter in hand. The house looked calm. Mom's cactus garden. The hammock where Lucas napped. Dad's truck gleaming. Too perfect. I slid the letter onto the counter, where Dad would grab his coffee. My phone buzzed. Lucas again. Elle, why aren't you texting back? Dad's freaking out. I powered it off. The Uber idled as I climbed back into Jamie's truck. She hugged me fierce. You're doing it. Call when you land. At the airport, it all blurred. Check-in, coffee, boarding. Only when the plane climbed did it sink in. What would Dad say when he found it? Would Mom cry or curse? Lucas, would he even care? The guy next to me, a gray-haired vet, smiled. First time in LA? No, I said, a grin tugging at me. But first time staying. As the sunrise spilled gold across the clouds, I felt it, freedom sharp and real. Whatever storm I'd kicked up back home, I was finally flying my own course. 3 weeks in LA, and the city hit me like a tidal wave. Horns, lights, life. My studio in Echo Park was tiny, but every corner was mine, paid for with my sweat, styled my way, free of family baggage. Elena, you free? My boss, Carla, leaned into my office. I minimized my inbox. 42 unread emails from Dad, 19 from Mom, 78 from Lucas. Always. Her office overlooked the skyline, a view that still floored me. The Vega pitch? Nailed it. They're obsessed with your angle. Thanks. I started, but she waved me off. You're off today. Something up. I hesitated. Carla was a gem, but I kept home stuff locked tight. Just settling in. Dodging Phoenix calls. She smirked. Your phone's been dancing all morning. I get it. I cut ties with my folks in Miami years back. Took guts. How do you deal? Focused on why I left, she slid me a folder. Reebok's up next. Want to run it? My pulse spiked. For real? You've got it. Just, she nodded at my buzzing phone. Handle that noise. Back in my office, Lucas called, voice low. Sophia's got docs. Dad's handwriting. To Carla for S. Notarized 92. Lawyer says it's shaky, but enough for a claim. How much? Third of his estate, shop included, could stretch to us if she pushes successor liability. Gibson and Company? Maybe. Depends how dirty she plays. I sank into my chair. Mom, no. Not yet. Dad's begging me to bury it. He's scared she'll bolt. She might, I said. Lawyer up quietly. We need ammo. On it, he said. You. Adidas is steady, Puma's next. They're behind the leak, I'd bet my life. Prove it, he said, echoing Voss. Always do, I replied, hanging up. My phone buzzed again. Sophia. Meet me. Phoenix. Tomorrow. We talk or I file. I stared at the screen, fury boiling. She wasn't just a wild card. She was a blade, and it was at our throats. What's your counter when the enemy's got your blood? Do you negotiate or draw your own? I flew back to Phoenix that night, the desert stars sharp against the black. Lucas picked me up, his truck rattling down the highway. She's at a motel, cheap place off I-10. Wants neutral ground. Smart, I said, grim. Dad, home discharged. Mom's there, oblivious, thinks it's just his heart. Good, keep it that way till we know her angle. We pulled into the motel lot, neon flickering over cracked asphalt. Sophia waited outside room 12, jeans and a hoodie, arms crossed. You came, she said flat. You called, I replied, stepping out. Lucas hung back, eyes on her. Inside, she said, unlocking the door. The room stank of stale smoke, a single bulb buzzing. She tossed a folder on the bed, letters, checks, a notarized note. Proof, she said. He knew me, owed me. I want my cut. Of what? I asked, flipping through. His life, your empire. Gibson and Company as his legacy. I'm his too. Lucas snorted. You're dreaming. It's ours, built from scratch. On his back, she said sharp. He ran from me to you. Now you're rich. And I'm nothing. Not nothing, I said. But this, it's not yours. Court says otherwise. She shot back, pulling a legal draft. 1/3, or I drag it public dirty. My pulse spiked. You'd tank us all? If I have to, she said, eyes cold. Ever faced a mirror you can't break? What's the price of peace when it's this steep? Lucas stepped forward, voice low. Dad's dying slow, sure. You'll kill him faster. He killed my mom, she said, unflinching. Broke her till she broke. And us? I asked. We didn't know. Doesn't erase it, she said. I'll settle quietly. 10% of Gibson and Company cash buyout. Or I file tomorrow. 10%'s millions, Lucas snapped. You're insane. It's fair, she said. Less than I could take. I grabbed the folder, mind racing. Give us 48 hours, talk to our guy. 24, she said, firm. Clock's ticking. We left, the door slamming behind us. In the truck, Lucas exploded. She's a leech. She's desperate, I said, clutching the papers. And she's got teeth. We fight. Or pay, I said. Either way, we're bleeding. What's your limit when the fight's kin? Do you buy silence or burn the house down? Back home, Dad was awake, propped on pillows, Mom fussing with soup. What's wrong? He asked, clocking our faces. Sophia, I said, sitting. She's got proof. Wants a chunk of everything. He paled, coughing. No, don't let her. She might not lose, Lucas cut in. Legal's shaky, but public's worse. Mom froze. She's suing. Threatening, I said. 10% or war. Give it, Dad rasped. Keep her quiet. No, Mom snapped, spinning. She gets nothing. I'll sell the damn shop first. And then what? I asked. We're exposed either way. Fight, Lucas said. Puma's down her next. Or negotiate, I countered. Less blood. Dad grabbed my hand, weak. Protect it, Elena, your thing. I ruined enough. I nodded, throat tight. We will. But how? The clock was ticking, and Sophia's blade was sharp. Ever had to choose between pride and survival? What's the call when every option cuts? The hospital in Phoenix smelled like antiseptic and regret, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead as Dad lay hooked to machines, his chest rising slow and shallow. Lucas slumped in a plastic chair beside me, scrolling through texts from LA, his jaw tight. Lawyer says Sophia's got a case, maybe, he muttered. If she can prove Dad acknowledged her, even indirectly, she could claim a slice. I stared at the 4 dripping into Dad's arm, my mind racing. Those checks, 90 to 93, that's acknowledgement, right? Could be, he said, rubbing his eyes. Depends on the judge. PI still digging. Old bank records. Anything with his signature. Mom paced the hall outside, her catering apron still dusted with flour, muttering to herself like a storm about to break. Sophia was gone, slipped out after the ambulance chaos, leaving her threat hanging like smoke. She's not bluffing, I said, voice low. She wants in, or she'll burn us down. Lucas nodded, grim. We've got Adidas, Nike, Gibson and Company SA gold mine now. She smells it, and Dad's guilt is her leverage. He glanced at me sharp. You think he'd cave? If he lives long enough, I said, bitter. Ever had a stranger hold your future hostage? What's the first wall you'd build to keep them out? A nurse poked her head in, clipboard in hand. He's stable, sedated. You can go home, rest. Not yet, Mom snapped, storming in. I'm not leaving him with her out there. She's not here, Mom, I said, standing. She bolted. For now, she said, eyes wild. She's after everything. My business, your company, this house. I saw it in her face. Lucas stood too, hands up. Mom, slow down. We don't know her next move. I know enough, she hissed. 30 years with your father. And he drops this? I'm calling my lawyer too. Divorce, inheritance, all of it. My stomach dropped. Divorce? Now. He lied, Elena. Hit a kid, paid her off. What else don't I know? Her voice cracked, and she sank into a chair, burying her face in her hands. Lucas shot me a look. Fix this. Mom, I said, kneeling beside her. We'll figure it out. But Dad's fighting to breathe. Let's not bury him yet. She sobbed, soft and broken. I loved him, you know. Blindly. We all did, I said, throat tight. What's the breaking point when trust turns to ash? How do you hold a family together when it's already dusk? My phone buzzed. Carla. New York needs you. Adidas execs spooked by Puma's noise. Want a meeting. Tomorrow. I cursed under my breath, texting back. Dad's down. Can you stall? 24 hours max, she replied. Get here. Lucas caught my eye. Work. Yeah, Adidas might jump ship. Puma's still kicking. Go, he said. I've got this, Sophia. Dad, Mom. Keep the empire standing. You sure? I'm not that kid anymore, he said, firm. Handle New York. I'll hold Phoenix. I hugged him quick. Then Mom, her tears soaking my shirt. Don't let her win, she whispered. Which her? I asked, half joking. She didn't laugh. The red eye to New York was a blur. My laptop open on the tray table, drafting assurances for Adidas while Sophia's shadow loomed in my head. What's your lifeline when the ground splits under you? How do you fight on 2 fronts without cracking? Landing at JFK, the city hit me like a wall. Horns blaring, dawn streaking the skyline. Carla met me at the office, coffee in hand, her face all business. Adidas is wobbly, Voss called. Puma's whispering we're unstable. family drama leaking into the press. Press, I demanded, dropping my bag. She slid me a tablet, Gibson and Company. Rocked by air scandal, secret sister sues for share. My blood ran cold. Sophia? Or someone close, Carla said. Story's thin. Anonymous source, but it's loud. Adidas wants guarantees we're solid. We are. I snapped, scrolling the article. This is noise. Puma's desperate. Maybe, she said, but it's working. Voss is on at 10. Convince him. I nodded, adrenaline kicking in. Get Lucas on. Full briefing. We locked this down. She dialed, and his face popped up, haggard but sharp. Phoenix is a circus, he said. Sophia's back. Met with a lawyer downtown. Dad's awake, freaking. Mom's baking. Press got it, I said. Suing rumors. You leak. Hell no, he shot back. Her then or Puma stirring the pot? Both, Carla said. Double attack. We counter hard, Adidas first, then her. What's the play when your name's dragged through the mud? Do you punch up or dig deeper? The Adidas meeting was a tightrope. Voss sat across the conference table, flanked by suits, his gray eyes piercing. Elena Lucas, impressive wins, but this? He tapped the tablet. Unstable's not our brand. I leaned in, voice steady. Noise, not fact. Puma's sore, they lost, now they're slinging mud. Our work's clean. Nike's live. Your campaign's locked. Family's messy, whose isn't? But Gibson and Company's steal. Lucas jumped in, voice crackling over the line. LA's humming, clients piling in. This scandal is tabloid trash. We're not blinking. Voss rubbed his chin. And this sister? Personal, I said. Not business. She's got no stake, legally or otherwise. A lie maybe, but I sold it. He nodded slow. Prove it, results not words. Deliver the rollout flawless, and we're good. Done, I said, heart pounding. He left and Carla exhaled. Close, too close, I said. Puma's not done, neither Sophia. Ever talked your way out of a noose? What's the cost of a mask when it's slipping? Back in New York, the office was a war zone. Carla met me at the elevator, her face all edges. Puma's got a mole. Someone fed them our early Adidas draft. They're claiming intellectual theft, injunction pending. Who? I demanded, dropping my bag. No proof yet, could be anyone. Intern, exec, even Lucas's LA crew. My gut lurched. Not Lucas. Didn't say him, just his orbit. We're auditing everything. She shoved a stack of legal docs my way. Courts in 3 days. We counter, or Adidas pulls out. I sank into my chair. The city gray beyond the glass. What's our move? Prove it's ours, time-stamped files, witness logs, and hit back, sue for defamation. Puma's bluffing, but they've got cash to drag this. Then we drag harder, I said, fire igniting. Get Lucas on, full audit both coasts. She nodded, already dialing. You're a machine, Elena. Built one, I muttered, diving into the chaos. Ever had a traitor in your ranks? What's the first sign you'd hunt for? Lucas joined the call an hour later, voice tight. LA's clean, I swear it. My team's loyal. Then it's here, I said, scrolling files. Earliest Adidas draft, March 10th. Anything leaked then? Check Tessa, Carla said sharp. Junior designer. Left last month. Quiet exit. My blood chilled. She had access? Full. Took her laptop too. Company policy lapse. Lucas groaned. Puma poached her? Likely, Carla said. We've got her contract. Non-compete shaky. Dig her cloud backups. We split the work. Me on timestamps, Lucas on LA logs, Carla on legal ammo. By midnight we had it. Tessa's drafts synced to our servers March 8th, mirrored in Puma's filing. Gotcha, I whispered, emailing the proof to our lawyer. She's toast, Lucas said. But Adidas? We'll save it, I promised. Puma's done. What's the rush of catching a snake? How do you rebuild trust when it's that brittle? Court day hit fast. Chicago again, same city, higher stakes. Our lawyer, a bulldog named Reese, tore into Puma's case, flashing Tessa's leaks on screen. Their team squirmed, their CEO, a slick guy named Hart, glaring daggers. Adidas execs watched stone-faced. Reese close. Gibson and Company built this from scratch. Puma stole it, plain and simple. The judge ruled fast. No injunction, case dismissed. Puma's defamation suit? Greenlit ours. Hart stormed out, but Voss from Adidas lingered. Close call, he said, shaking my hand. You're still in, but tighten your ship. Already on it, I said, adrenaline buzzing. Carla grinned. Told you, machine. Lucas texted. We're gold. Sophia's still here, talked more. Heavy. Call me, I replied, collapsing into a cab. Victory tasted sharp, but Phoenix loomed. What's sweeter, crushing a rival or surviving their bite? How do you celebrate when home's still a war? Back in New York, Lucas's call hit like a freight train. Dad told her everything. Dates, cash drops, why he ran. She's not raging now, just quiet. Too quiet. I asked, pacing my balcony. Yeah. Asked about the business, our cut, our growth. I dodged, but she's sharp. She want in. Maybe. Said he owes me more than words. Mom's freaking. Thinks Sophia's after the shop. My head spun. She's got no legal claim, right? Not unless Dad wrote her in. PI's checking his old files. Keep her there, I said. I'm flying out. Adidas is safe, family's not. Hurry, he said. She's digging. I booked the red-eye, heart pounding. Sophia wasn't just a ghost. She was a shadow with teeth. Ever had a stranger claim your legacy? What's the line between sharing and losing it all? Phoenix again. Dusk painting the sky bloody red. Lucas met me at the house, eyes hollow. She's in the den, going through Dad's old ledgers. Found Em in the attic. Mom, catering gigging it. We crept in. Sophia sat cross-legged on the floor. Papers spread like a battlefield. 10 grand wasn't all, she said, not looking up. He sent checks till 93, 5 grand more. Lied again. Dad stood in the doorway, cane trembling. I stopped when I could. When Mom got sick, she snapped. You let her die broke. I didn't know. You didn't ask, she yelled, standing. Lucas grabbed her arm. Back off, he's fragile. He's a fraud, she said, shaking free. I stepped in. Sophia, stop. What's your endgame? What's mine? She said, eyes locked on mine. He built this life on my mom's grave. I want a piece. The shop. More. Gibson and Company, your empire. I'm his kid too. My breath caught. You take it, not take share. Or I sue. Publicly. Dad sank onto the couch, wheezing. Elena, Lucas, don't let her. Shut up, I snapped, turning to her. Prove it. Legal docs, not threats. She smirked. Working on it. What's the cost of splitting a kingdom? How do you fight a claim that's half your own? Mom burst in then, flower-dusted, wild-eyed. What's she doing? Staking a claim. Lucas said, grim. On what? Everything, Sophia said, cool. Mom lunged, I caught her. You're not his, you're a lie. Test me, Sophia shot back. DNA's easy. Dad groaned, clutching his chest. Call 911. I barked at Lucas. He dialed, chaos erupting. Mom screaming, Sophia glaring, Dad gasping. Paramedics stormed in, stretcher rolling. Another attack. One said, hooking him up. Sophia watched unmoved. This changes nothing, she said as they wheeled him out. It changes everything, I hissed, following. At the hospital, Dad stabilized, barely. Don't give her anything, he whispered. She'll ruin us. She might already have, I said, voice breaking. Lucas joined me, face ashen. She's not bluffing, called a lawyer. Then we lawyer up too, I said. This isn't over. Ever had a family war go nuclear? What's left when the dust settles? Are you his daughter? Sophia said, turning. Before you. Mom staggered. Elena, Lucas, what's this? We found her, I said, voice steady. Didn't know till last month. Dad wheezed. I never meant. Shut up, Sophia snapped. You left us to rot. Lucas stepped forward. He's sick, Sophia. This could kill him. Let it, she said, but her hands shook. Mom sobbed. I didn't know. You didn't care, Sophia shot back. I grabbed her arm. Outside. Now. She yanked free but followed, the air crackling. What's the breaking point when rage meets regret? How do you mend a family split 3 ways? Outside, Sophia lit a cigarette, hands trembling. He's a coward. Yeah, I said. But he's ours. You want him dead or answers? Both. Pick one. He's got maybe a year. Heart shot. She exhaled, smoke curling. Mom wrote he promised to come back. Lied. He's good at that, Lucas said, joining us. But we're not him. Stay, talk. Or go. Your call. She stared at us, then the house. I'll stay. One night. He owes me words. We nodded, heading back in. Dad looked up, eyes wet. Sophia, save it, she said, sitting. Start from the beginning. Mom sat too, broken but listening. The night stretched raw and jagged. As he spilled it, love, fear, shame, escape. Sophia didn't soften, but she stayed. By dawn we were all wrecked, a fragile truce holding. Ever faced a truth that rewrites your blood? What's forgiveness worth when it's this messy? The sun was barely up when I stumbled out of my parents' house in Phoenix, the desert air already thick with heat. Sophia's one-night truce had stretched into a brutal, sleepless marathon, Dad's halting confession spilling out like a wound that wouldn't clot. He'd sat there, frail and sunken, recounting how he'd met Sophia's mom, Carla. Not my Carla, but a coincidence that stung. Back in '89 at a diner in Tucson. She was a waitress, he was a broke salesman with big talk. It was quick, messy, and when she got pregnant he panicked. I wasn't ready, he croaked, hands trembling. Thought I could fix it with money and a clean break. Sophia had stared him down, her voice ice. You didn't fix it, you broke us. Mom had wept silently, twisting that dish towel into knots, while Lucas paced like a caged animal, muttering curses under his breath. Me, I just listened, numb, trying to stitch this stranger's story into the man I'd called Dad for 28 years. Ever had your whole childhood flipped upside down by one ugly truth? What do you hold on to when the roots rot? We'd left it unresolved. Sophia crashing in the guest room, Mom retreating to the kitchen to stress bake, Dad shuffling off to bed with a rattling cough. Lucas and I slumped on the porch steps, the first light painting the cactus garden gold. This is insane, he said, kicking a pebble. He's a liar. Always was. Yeah, I agreed, voice flat. But he's still Dad. And she's what? Our sister. Half, he corrected sharp. She's got no claim on us. She's got his blood. And his guilt. He glared at me. You're not seriously defending her? Not defending, just seeing it. She's pissed, Lucas. Rightfully. We've got Gibson and company, a life. She's got scraps and a dead mom. He snorted. So we owe her? No. But we can't pretend she doesn't exist. He stood pacing again. I need coffee. And a plan. She's not torching what we built. She might not want to, I said. But Dad's the match. She's the gasoline. He stopped, eyeing me. You think she'll sue? Or worse, I think she's unpredictable. We watch, we wait. What's your play when a stranger's rage could burn your world down? Do you fight, fold, or find a middle ground? Inside, Mom was kneading dough, flour dusting her arms like a shield. Elena, she said, not looking up. Is she staying? Just today, maybe. Wants answers. She'll get 'em, she muttered, slamming the dough harder. I didn't know, you hear me? He hit her. I believe you, I said soft. But it's out now. She paused, hands still. What's she like? Tough. Angry. Looks like him, eyes jaw. Mom's face crumpled. I thought I knew him. We all did. She wiped her eyes with her sleeve, leaving a streak of flour. If she stays, I'll feed her. But I can't look at her yet. Fair, I said, grabbing a coffee mug. Sophia shuffled in then, hair mussed, clutching those journals. Smells good, she said, voice clipped. Mom stiffened but kept kneading. Sit, I told Sophia, pouring her a cup. He's still asleep? Yeah, she said, taking it. Looked half dead last night. He's sick, Lucas snapped, joining us. Not an excuse. Never said it was, she fired back. The air crackled, a standoff brewing. How do you sit across from a ghost of your own blood and not choke on it? What's the first word you'd say to a sibling you never knew? Breakfast was a minefield, Mom's biscuits hot from the oven, but the silence cold as steel. Sophia broke it, flipping open a journal. March 90, she read, voice flat. He sent $500, said it's the last. I'm alone now, Soft's crying won't stop. Mom's hands froze mid-butter. Dad shuffled in, cane tapping, and froze too. Sophia, don't, he rasped. Why not? She said, eyes blazing. You wrote your story. Hers is mine. I was scared, he said, sinking into a chair. Broke. Your mom. She wouldn't let go. So you paid her to vanish? I paid to breathe, he shot back, then coughed hard. Lucas slammed his mug down. Enough. This isn't fixing anything. It's not about fixing, Sophia said. It's about knowing. Mom stood trembling. I've got orders, catering. I can't. She fled to the kitchen. Dad wheezed. I'm sorry, Sophia. I was weak. Weak's putting it mild, she said, but her voice cracked. I caught her eye. What do you want from this? Truth's out, now what? She shut the journal. I don't know yet, but I'm not leaving till I do. Ever had an apology feel like a slap? What's the point of digging when the dirt's already loose? My phone buzzed. Carla. Adidas rollouts hitting snags. Puma's back, legal threats. Need you in New York. I cursed under my breath. Gotta go. I told Lucas. Work's imploding. Puma, he asked sharp. Yeah, they're suing. Claim we stole their Urban Edge concept. He laughed bitter. They're desperate and dangerous, I said. Fly with me. Can't, Sophia. I'll handle this. Watch her. I warned. She's a wild card. He nodded grim. I hugged Mom quick. She smelled of yeast and tears. Then Dad, his grip frail. Fix this, Elena, he whispered. Always do, I said, pulling away. Sophia watched me go unreadable. Good luck, she called dry. You too, I shot back. The drive to the airport was a blur. My mind split. Family unraveling. Empire teetering. What's heavier, a crumbling home or a cracking throne? How do you choose when both are bleeding? The next 7 days were a haze of coffee, whiteboards, and late-night calls. Lucas fed me raw concepts from LA, urban decay meets defiance, while I spun them into a narrative that cut deep. A family fractured, then forged anew through sheer will. Carla pushed us mercilessly, her voice a whip cracking over every draft. Puma's got cash, but we've got soul. Make it bleed, she'd say, circling lines in red. By the time we flew to Adidas's Chicago HQ, my hands shook, not from nerves, but from the fire of it all. The boardroom was a shark tank, execs in tailored suits eyeing us like prey. Lucas led, his voice steady, painting the campaign's bones, street-level grit, unpolished truth. I followed, threading the heart, a story of breaking free, rebuilding, winning against odds. Carla sealed it, tying it to Adidas's DNA. Fearless, real, relentless. The room went quiet, pen stilled. The head exec, a graying guy named Voss, leaned forward. You're betting big on this personal angle. Why should we? Because it's us, I said, meeting his gaze. We lived it, lost everything, clawed it back. Puma's selling a fantasy. We're selling what's real. He nodded slow. We'll talk. Stay close. Outside, Lucas slumped against the wall. Think we pulled it. Felt like a gut punch. In a good way, I said. Carla grinned. They're hooked. Puma's toast. My phone buzzed. Mom, Dad's asking about you. He's off today. Rough one. I sighed. Gotta call him. Lucas frowned. Sophia stuff? Maybe. Or just the shop. I dialed, stepping away. Hey, Dad. His voice was thin, labored. Baby, you okay? Yeah, Adidas pitch just wrapped. You. Been better. Chest's tight, Doc's watching. But something's up with you too, isn't it? My breath caught. What do you mean? Lucas barely talks. You're distant. What's going on? I froze. Did he know? Just work, Dad. Big stakes. Don't lie to me, Elena. The line crackled with silence. I'll call later, I said, hanging up fast. Lucas caught my eye. He's on to us. Maybe. Or paranoid. What's worse, facing a secret you dug up, or the one who buried it? How do you dodge the truth when it's closing in? Adidas called the next morning. We'd won. The contract was ours. Puma sent packing. Lucas hooped over the phone. Carla cracked a rare smile, and I felt the rush of victory settle in my bones. But Dad's call lingered, a splinter I couldn't pull. That night back in New York, I sat on my balcony, the city humming below, when Lucas texted. I found more. Sophia's mom wrote Dad, begged him to stay. He burned the letters, but she kept copies. I called him, heart pounding. What did they say? She was pregnant when he left. Threatened to tell Mom, our mom, unless he sent cash. He did, then ghosted. Jesus. Mom, no. Not yet. Sophia might though. She's got her mom's stuff. We tell her. Not till we're sure. But this changes everything. Yeah, I said, voice hollow. He didn't just leave. He paid to erase her. Lucas went quiet. What if Sophia comes for him? Or us? Then we face it. Together. Ever had a hero turn villain in your story? What's the price of truth when it's this ugly? The next week Sophia called. I was mid-meeting, pitching a local client, when her name flashed on my screen. I excused myself, stepping into the hall, pulse racing. Hey, Sophia. Elena, she said, voice flat. Found something, my mom's journals. Your dad, our dad, paid her off. 10 grand to disappear. My knees wobbled. We just got that too. I dug it up. You're investigating him? Not him, you. To connect. A bitter laugh. Connect? He left us broke. Mom worked doubles till she died, cancer 10 years back. That money, gone in a year. I'm sorry, I said, lame but true. Don't be. I'm coming to Phoenix. He's gonna look me in the eye. Wait, Sophia, he's sick. Heart's weak. Good. Maybe it'll give out when he sees me. She hung up. I texted Lucas. She knows. Heading to Dad. He replied. On a plane in an hour. Meet me there. The office blurred as I grabbed my bag, Carla's voice trailing after me. Elena, what's family emergency? I yelled, already gone. What do you do when revenge isn't yours to take? How do you stop a train wreck you helped start? Phoenix hit me like a furnace, the dry heat a slap after New York's chill. Lucas met me at the airport, rental car idling. She's already there, he said, peeling out. Called Mom's phone, screaming match. Mom knows, thinks it's a scam. Dad's a mess, won't talk. We sped to the house, dust kicking up behind us. The front door was ajar, voices spilling out. Mom's shrill, Sophia's cold, Dad's weak. We burst in. Sophia stood in the living room, a stack of yellowed papers in hand, her face a mask of fury. You paid her to die quiet, she spat at Dad, slumped on the couch, pale as ash. Mom clutched a dish towel, eyes wild. Who? Ideas. I pace my office, skyline looming. Shift the pitch. Lean on our Nike cred. New clients will bite. Smart. Lucas'll run with it. He okay. Stressed but solid. You trained him well. I smirk. He trained himself. Ever had to save the day without stepping back into the fire? What's the trick to helping without falling? Lucas pulled it off, landed 2 new clients, kept the ship afloat. He texted me a selfie outside the LA office, thumbs up, bags under his eyes. Thanks LOU. Nah, I shot back. You've got this. Mom chimed in later. Catering's booked solid. Your launch picks help. Dad's resting more. I leaned back, a rare calm settling in. Then Carla dropped a bomb. Adidas is circling, she said over lunch, spearing a salad. They saw Nike's move. Want a counterpunch? You in? Hell yes. Lucas too. Your call. I rang him that night. Adidas wants us. Co-pitch again. He groaned then laughed. When do we sleep? When we're legends. Deal. We built it fast. Edgier than Nike Urban and Raw. The pitch won. And suddenly Gibson and Company was the name brands fought over. What's the rush like when your revenge turns into a dynasty? How do you keep the hunger alive? But the past doesn't stay buried. A month later, Mom called, voice shaky. Found something in the attic, old letters. Your dad's. I froze mid-email. What kind? From before you were born. He had another family. Left them for us. My stomach dropped. What? A daughter. Older than you. He walked away, started over with me. Never told you. Where is she now? No idea. Letters stop at 95. I sat numb. Why tell me? You deserve the truth. Lucas too. I called him, voice flat. Mom found Dad's secret kid. Silence then. You serious? Yeah. Half-sister out there somewhere. What do we do? Find her? Or let it lie? He exhaled. I'm pissed but curious. You. Same. Dig. Ever unearthed a secret that flips your world? What's the cost of chasing it? We hired a PI. Quietly, no word to Dad. 2 weeks later, a report landed. Sophia, 34, living in Seattle, single mom, graphic designer. No clue about us. Lucas flew to New York, and we sat with the file, coffee cold. She's got his eyes, he said, staring at a photo. What's the play? I asked. Meet her. See if she hates us. Or him. We booked flights, nerves raw. Seattle was damp, gray fitting. Sophia opened her door, wary, tall, sharp-featured. Dad's jawline. Who are you? Elena. This is Lucas. We're your siblings. Her face went blank, then hard. Gibson. Yeah, come in. She poured tea, hands steady. Mom said he bailed. Never knew why. We didn't either. Till now, I said. He's alive. Yeah. In Phoenix. Heart issues but kicking. She stared into her cup. Always wondered. You mad? Lucas asked. Was. Now. Just tired. I slid her a card. We run Gibson and Company. If you ever want in. Or just to talk. She nodded slow. Maybe. We left quiet. Think she'll call? Lucas asked. Hope so. What's the revenge in finding a ghost? Closure or chaos? The flight back from Seattle left a bitter tang in my throat. The air inside the plane felt thick, like it was carrying the weight of that half-open door Sophia had cracked in our lives. Lucas stayed quiet most of the way, staring out the window as the West Coast lights flickered below. You think she'll call? He asked finally, his voice rough from lack of sleep. No clue, I said, drumming my fingers on the armrest. She seemed adrift, maybe curious, but I don't know if she's ready to stir that hornet's nest. He nodded slowly. What if she tells Dad? Or shows up in Phoenix? My stomach twisted. Then it all blows up. Mom's already hanging by a thread with therapy. Imagine that fallout. He let out a dry, humorless laugh. Yeah, and here I thought we'd dodged the worst. I glanced at him. His face worn but sharper than I remembered. We opened this box, Lucas. Now we deal with whatever crawls out. He turned to me, eyes narrowing. You're too calm. Doesn't it freak you out? It scares the hell out of me. I admitted, but we've survived worse. This is just another quake. He shook his head. You and your metaphors. But there was a glint there. Respect, maybe. What would you do with a secret like that? Dig deeper or bury it? How do you brace for a storm you lit the match for? Landing in New York, the Gibson and Company grind swallowed me whole again. The office was a live wire. Phones ringing, keyboards clacking, the team scrambling to lock down the Adidas deal, while Nike's triumph still echoed in the halls. I was in my glass-walled office, the city skyline sprawling beyond, when Carla barged in, her coat still damp from the morning drizzle. "We've got a problem," she said, tossing a tablet on my desk. I glanced at the screen, headlines blaring. Adidas rival Puma poised to snag Gibson and Company as thunder with surprise bid. My pulse spiked. What the hell is this? Puma's making a play, she said, pacing. They've been sniffing around since Nike went live. Now they're pitching Adidas's top execs behind our backs. Bigger budget, flashier promises. I rubbed my temples. We're 2 weeks from signing. How'd they even get a foot in? Someone's leaking, she said, voice low. Our Adidas pitch core ideas are popping up in their slides. I've got people digging, but we need to counter fast. I leaned back, the weight of Sophia's shadow colliding with this fresh blow. Lucas, no, not yet. He's knee-deep in LA ops. Get him on a call. We're not losing this. Ever had a win snatched out from under you? What's your move when the knives come out? 10 minutes later, Lucas's face flickered onto my screen, bleary-eyed but alert. Puma? Seriously? Yeah, I said, pacing my office. They're hijacking Adidas. Our leaks are their ammo. He cursed under his breath. Who'd do that? Our team's tight. Doesn't matter right now, Carla cut in, leaning into the frame. We've got to pivot, make our pitch untouchable. Double down on what Puma can't fake. Our story, our edge. Lucas scrubbed his face. Okay, what's the angle? We go darker, I said, an idea sparking. Adidas thrives on bold. Let's hit them with raw, messy resilience. Family rebuilt from ashes. They won't see it coming. He smirked. Personal again, huh? It's what we've got. Puma's all polished. They can't touch this. I'm in, he said, sending my team's latest, grittier stuff. You weave the magic. Done. Carla nodded. We've got a week to lock it. No sleep till it's ours. The call ended, and I dove into the work, adrenaline drowning out the Seattle ghosts. For now, what's the riskiest play you'd make to keep your crown? How do you fight when the enemy's got your playbook? A sharp rap on my door jolted me out of my focus. It was past midnight. The LA streets hushed except for the occasional siren. I squinted through the peephole, Carla in a trench coat, hair damp from a late drizzle. I swung the door open. What are you doing here? She held up a bottle of red wine and a thick folder. Couldn't sleep. Figured you're still up obsessing over New York. Brought fuel and intel. She stepped in, eyeing my chaos. This place looks like a crime scene. Creative process, I shot back, clearing a spot on the couch. She plopped down, uncorking the wine with a practiced twist. You're not wrong. This merger's a monster. But I've got something to make it sing. She slid the folder over. I flipped it open. Contracts, projections, and a scrawled note. Nike sniffing around again. They want in. My jaw dropped. Nike, after London. Your Reebok win got their attention. They're eyeing a global campaign, and they want us, you and Lucas, to pitch it. I poured the wine, brain racing. Lucas doesn't know? Not yet. Wanted you to see it first. You're the spark here, Elena. He's got grit, but you've got vision. I sipped, the rich taste grounding me. He's changed though. Running LA, holding Dad's shop together. I didn't think he had it in him. Carla leaned back, swirling her glass. People surprise you when the stakes shift. You leaving? That was the earthquake. They're still feeling the aftershocks. My phone lit up. Lucas, late night check-in. New York plans good. I typed back, better than good. Call tomorrow, big news. Carla smirked. He's gonna lose it over Nike. Yeah. But it's more than that. This isn't just a win, it's proof. They can't pull me back now. She raised her glass, to proving him wrong, one empire at a time. We clinked, and I felt it. A fire that wasn't just about spite anymore, but about building something unstoppable. What's your move when the ones who held you back start chasing your shadow? The next morning, Lucas's voice crackled through my speakerphone, bleary but sharp. Nike, you're kidding. Dead serious, I said, pacing my kitchen, coffee in hand. Carla dropped it last night. They want us, Gibson and Company, to pitch their next big push. Global scale. He let out a low whistle. That's insane. We're barely off the ground in LA. which is why it's perfect. We're fresh, hungry, they see that. Carla's looping in Carter and Lee's resources, but it's our name on the line. A pause, then your running point, right? I stopped pacing. Co-run. Equal stakes, like we said. Elle, you're the one they want. I'm still figuring out payroll half the time. And you're keeping Dad's legacy alive while I'm out here dreaming big. We're a team now, deal with it. He laughed, rough but real. Fine. When's the pitch? 3 weeks, right before New York opens. Carla's flying out tomorrow to strategize. I'll book a ticket too. We do this together. My chest tightened. Not guilt, but something warmer. See you soon then. Yeah. And Elle, thanks for not giving up on me. I hung up, staring at the phone. When did my little brother turn into this? Ever had someone you'd written off step up so hard it rewrites the whole story? Carla and Lucas hit LA 2 days later, and we holed up in a rented office downtown. Glass walls, whiteboards scribbled with ideas, takeout boxes piling up. The Nike pitch was a beast, bold, raw, global but personal. Lucas brought sketches from his team, gritty street vibes, and I layered in sleek, emotional hooks from my London playbook. Carla played referee, pushing us harder. This can't just be good, she said, tapping a marker on the table. It's got to be them, undeniable. Lucas scratched his stubble. What if we tie it to family? Not sappy real, like the fight to find your place. I shot him a look. Personal much? Yeah, but it works. You taught me that. Running away made me run toward something. I nodded slow. Okay, let's lean in resilience roots breaking free. We built it over sleepless nights. A campaign that felt like us, scarred, stubborn, triumphant. What's the deepest truth you'd bear for a win like that? How do you turn pain into power? Pitch day loomed, and we flew to Nike's Portland HQ. Me, Lucas, Carla, nerves electric. The boardroom was sleek, suits staring us down. Lucas kicked it off, voice steady, laying out the street-level grit. I followed, weaving the emotional arc, how family can break you, then remake you. Carla closed, tying it to their brand, strength through struggle. The execs leaned in, scribbling notes. Afterward, in the lobby, Lucas exhaled. Think we got him? Felt right, I said. Carla grinned. You two are a damn force. My phone buzzed. Mom. Heard about Nike. Proud. Can we visit New York for the opening? I showed Lucas. They're coming around. Told you earthquake. The call came an hour later. Nike was in. Biggest contract we'd ever land. We celebrated with cheap beer at a dive bar, toasting to a future we'd forged. Ever turned a family fight into a victory lap? What's sweeter, winning or watching them cheer? New York's launch hit like a tidal wave. The office, high-rise all glass, buzzed with staff, clients, and Mom's catering spread she'd insisted. Lucas ran LA remotely, but he flew in for the night, suit crisp, confidence real. Dad, healthier now, toasted us to Gibson and Company, and my kids who built it. Mom hugged me, whispering, I get it now why you left. Lucas clinked my glass. Partner. I smiled. Equal. Carla pulled me aside later. Nike's just the start. You're not just an employee anymore. You're a player. My phone pinged. Lucas. Found an old pic of us. Look how far we've come. It was us at 10 and 6, grinning clueless. I texted back. And how far we'll go. Revenge? Maybe it's not burning bridges. It's building new ones stronger on your terms. What's your bridge? Escape or empire? The weeks after the launch were a blur. Meetings, contracts, late nights with Lucas over video calls syncing LA and New York. Nike's campaign rolled out, billboards popping up from Times Square to Tokyo, our names in tiny print at the bottom. I'd walk past them on my way to the office, a little jolt hitting me every time. This wasn't just a job anymore. It was a legacy, one I'd carved out of the wreckage of expectation. But the high didn't last unchecked. My phone buzzed one gray Tuesday. Dad. Need to talk. Shop's in trouble again. I called him, bracing for the old pull. What's up? Suppliers jacking prices. Lucas is scrambling, but we might lose a big client. His voice was tight, tired. You need me there? No, just your brain. Annie. 2 months later, Jamie's call caught me off guard, her voice buzzing with shock. Your brother's working. I nearly choked on my coffee. What? Yeah, desk guy at a gym. Been at it a month. I sank onto my counter. LA's morning sun streaming in. For real. Met him at the deli. He was in a polo, all official. Said Mom's whining it's not good enough, but he's sticking it out. How'd you find him? He was grabbing a sandwich on break. Looked steadier. My phone beeped. Carla. Gotta jump, work's calling. Elena. Carla said, all business. Can you get here ASAP? 30 minutes later, I sat in her office, jaw dropped. London. Reebok's European rollout. They want you leading it. 3 months overseas. She leaned in. Big leap. Next week. My phone flashed, Dad. Call me. Urgent. I ignored it. I'm in. Another text. It's my heart. Please. I froze. Carla clocked it. You good? Not sure. Give me an hour. Outside I dialed Dad. Baby. He rasped faint. Heart attack yesterday. My knees buckled. Why didn't you call sooner? Didn't want you racing back till I could talk. It's mild, I'm fine. But there's more. More. The shop's sinking. Stress got me. Lucas, though, he's stepping up, handling bills, learning the ropes. Wants to take over while I heal. I sat on a curb. Lucas, he's different now. Losing you shook him. A beat. Mom's a mess, but he's solid. My throat caught. You need me there? No. That's why I waited. We're coping. Lucas pushed for it. Said he's done leaning. Tears hit. Who swapped my family? He chuckled weak. We let you down too long, making you the glue. You're leaving, it rewired us. Carla waved from the door. Gotta go, Dad. I'll check in tonight. Go shine, baby. We're okay. Back in Carla's office, I spilled it. Dad's heart attack. Damn. Forget London, stay with them. No, Lucas has it. I trust him now. Sure. I pictured him in that polo owning it. Yeah. Where's the contract? That night, Jamie got the London scoop and flip. Then your mom called about Dad. I know. Not just that, she apologized. Said she's in therapy tackling her meddling. I went quiet. People change, Jamie said. Lucas texted. Heard about London. Proud of you. Serious. Something eased, not peace, but potential. Ever seen someone you wrote off turn it around? What's it take to believe in second chances? London was a whirlwind, but Dad's second heart attack yanked me back after 6 weeks. At the hospital, Lucas was unrecognizable, button-down, laptop humming. Insurance is fighting us, he said, eyes glued to the screen. But I'm on it. When do you last sleep? He glanced up, bags under his eyes. Monday maybe. Running the shop. Dealing with this, Mom's a wreck. Where is she? Gift shop, panic buying for the nurses. I sat next to him. How bad? Triple bypass tomorrow. Shop's bleeding cash. Insurance won't budge. I'm digging through numbers. I can pitch in. No, he cut me off. You've got London. I'm not that kid anymore. He flipped his screen. Spreadsheets of cuts, no layoffs. Just need to crack this. Mom shuffled in with a teddy bear, freezing when she saw me. Elena, of course. She hugged me stiff. Didn't think you'd leave London. It's Dad. Her eyes welled. I'm sorry for all of it. Lucas flagged the doctor. The surgeon laid it out. Risky but doable. Mom sobbed. Lucas typed. I watched dazed. Insurance. Lucas asked. Covered. Came a voice. Carla, in a sharp coat, papers in hand. What are you doing here? Company plan covers family on overseas gigs. Backdated it. Lucas scanned the docs, hands trembling. This saves us. Take your time here, Carla told me. London's fine for now. Mom blinked. She's nice. My boss, who flew from London. More than a boss, she murmured. Focus, Lucas said. Dad's recovery, home care therapy. I'll handle it, Mom said soft. Therapy's helping. I'm learning to step up. And you? I asked Lucas, scared stiff, but I've got it. Mom smiled. He's like you now. No, he said. I'm me, just better. Dad grinned when we walked in. My crew. All set, Lucas said. Never doubted you. Dad replied, then to me. London good. Can wait. Family first. He squeezed my hand. Not at your expense. Go back, we've got this. Looking at them, I saw it. A new us, scarred but stronger. What's the sweetest revenge, success or seeing them grow? Fast forward 6 months, and I'm back in LA. London a glowing notch on my belt. Lucas greeted me at the revamped shop. Now Gibson and Company Creative Solutions. All glass and grit. Check it, he said proud. The logo gleamed. Staff hustled inside. Unreal. Doubled clients with your campaign ideas. Dad's part-time now. Mom's catering's booming. She's got a food truck. We toured his Energy Electric. In the boardroom, Dad looked robust. My London star. LA's home now, London's just trips. Lucas slid me a folder. New York expansion. We want you in equal partner. I blinked. I've got Carla. She pitched it, Dad said. Merger with Carter and Lee. You'd run it. I sat stunned. Months of talks. Lucas nodded. Not saving me, just building together. My phone buzzed. Carla. Seen it yet? You set this up? Time to own it, she texted back. Lucas watched me. No pressure. I dove into the numbers, solid, bold. Hours later, I said, one rule. I run New York, you hold LA. Independent but synced. Done. Dad beamed. Celebration time, Mom's ready. At their place, her spread was epic. New York needs a launch bash, I said. She hugged me, proud of us all. Lucas whispered, Mom's mushy, save her. We laughed free and full. Carla texted, dinner? Ex-boss and maybe more. Yes, I replied, grinning at my family rebuilt, rebalanced. Sometimes revenge isn't destruction. It's thriving so bright they have to rise too. What's your ultimate payback? Winning big or watching them step up? The New York launch was 6 weeks away, and my tiny Echo Park studio had morphed into a war room. Paper strewn across the coffee table, laptop glowing with spreadsheets, and a half-empty coffee mug perched on a stack of notes. Lucas's proposal for Gibson & Company's East Coast branch wasn't just a dream anymore. It was a beast, and I was taming it. My phone buzzed relentlessly. Carla, Lucas, even Mom with catering updates. But I was in the zone, sketching out a pitch to fuse Carter and Lee's slick ad game with our scrappy family hustle. The merger was a gamble, but the numbers sang. Tripled revenue potential, a client list spanning continents, and my name on the masthead as co-director. Revenge didn't get sweeter than this, proving I could soar without their chains, forcing them to meet me on my turf. Ever wonder how far you'd push to turn a family grudge into a triumph? What's the line between payback and just living your truth? Back in my office, I flipped the sound on. A voicemail from Lucas hit first. I'm screwed. Lost my gig for good, too many late days. Mom's kicking me out. Help me please. Delete. Then Mom. Elena Marie, your brother's crumbling, and you're off chasing fame. That letter? Heartless. Call me. Delete. My phone rang. Jamie. Your brother showed up at my place, she said. No hello. What? Why? Looking for you, duh. He's a wreck, sweats, flip-flops, bawling. Fired again. I slumped. Not my circus anymore. I know, but she paused. He's having breakdowns. Maybe we overdid it. I wrote that alone. I snapped. You saw me bleed for them. Yeah, but I pushed you to go. Why'd he get canned? Late, too much, whining, same old. Expected everyone to mop up his mess, like always. Carla knocked, frowning. I lowered my voice. Gotta go. Don't give him my address. Your mom. She's called too. Her guilt's her problem. I hung up, facing Carla. Sorry. She's Saturday when I bolted. I thought I was escaping. Took years to see I was chasing something bigger. Your folks ever get it? Eventually, after I stopped begging them to. She tapped the Reebok file. Best payback. Winning. Show him you're golden without them. Another text. Lucas. Heard you're at Carter and Lee. Guess a paycheck beats us. I showed Carla. He's hunting me. Focus on Reebok. Crush it. Success shuts them out. I straightened. Brief me again? Work swallowed me, drowning the buzz of home. For once, guilt lost to grit. What's your take? Should I have answered? Could Lucas deserve a hand? Or is tough love the only way? The Reebok win was sweet, but Jamie's next call soured it fast. Your mom ambushed me at work, she said, tense. I was trekking home through LA's dusk glow. What did she want? Your address, what else? She's losing it, Elena. Worse than that. Yeah, Lucas trashed his truck last week, texting and driving. I froze. He okay? Just his ego and mom's bank account. But get this, they won't replace it. No way. Your mom's business is tanking. Lucas moved home, and they're stretched thin. My phone beeped, Mom calling. Gotta run, thanks. I answered, steeling myself. Finally, Mom sighed, her voice worn. We need to talk about what you've done to us. Done? I took a job, Mom. Lucas is unraveling. Jobless, Carlos anxious. He's back home, and we're drowning. What's that got to do with me? Come back just for a bit. Help him stand up. Your mom's shop's failing. We can't carry him like before. So now I'm the fix? I pace faster. Not happening. I just scored Reebok. I'm building something real. Silence then. Your mom wants you. Her voice came on shaky. Baby, we miss you. That old nickname stung. I messed up, she went on. Should have backed you more. But Lucas doesn't know how to start over. That's on you too, I said. I carried him too long. We see that now, she whispered. He's trying, but it's rough. Don't shut us out forever. I reached my door, keys rattling. I need space, Mom, to live without the weight. I get it, but I'm proud of you. Should have said it sooner. Tears hit me hard. Thanks, I'll call later. Lucas texted next. Everyone's pissed at me cause of you. Hate you. Then, sorry I don't. Just lost without you. I typed back, "You're tougher than you know," and shut it off. On my desk, the Reebok deal glowed next to a photo Jamie snapped my last night in Phoenix, me fierce and tipsy. That girl deserved my energy now. Carla's email pinged, "Reebok's thrilled, dinner tomorrow?" "Yes," I replied. Let Lucas sort himself out. Let mom and dad face their choices. I had a life to live. Ever had to cut ties to save yourself? How do you balance love and limits? A knock rattled my apartment door at 10:47 p.m. on a rainy Thursday. I wasn't expecting anyone, and my heart did a little flip when I peeked through the hole. Lucas stood there, soaked to the bone, clutching a beat-up backpack that screamed thrift store. Not his usual flashy vibe. "I know you're in there, Elle," he called, voice muffled by the storm. "Your car's out front." I sighed long and slow, then cracked the door. "How do you find me?" He shoved past, dripping all over my hardwood. "Tracked your Instagram stories, saw that taco truck you posted. Asked around." He scanned my place, smirking. "Cute. Kinda cramped, though. What are you doing here, Lucas?" He dumped his bag with a wet thud. "Mom and Dad are unbearable. Cut off my phone, my cash. Dad's pushing me to flip burgers." Me. I figured I could crash with you till I sorted out. I crossed my arms, rain pounding the windows like a drum roll. "No way. Come on, Elle, we're blood." "Yeah, and that's why you're not staying. You always do this, screw up, then lean on me." He flopped onto my couch, leaving a puddle. "Don't be dramatic. I just need a breather." "A breather? What about my grad party? When you got dumped and mom made me ditch my own night to cheer you up?" He winced. "I was a kid then. You were 20. I missed my own moment because you couldn't handle yours." He rubbed his face, water streaking down. "Why you gotta be so cold?" "I'm not cold, I'm real. That night Dad texted me to come home. I was toasting this job, my dream, and he wanted me to drop it for your latest flop. I didn't tell him to call. You don't have to. You melt down, and they dial me up. Every time." He paced my tiny space, boots squeaking. "So what now?" "I'm stuck with them, working some dead-end gig. You figure it out. Get a job, any job. Pay your own bills. Stop waiting for a rescue. Easy for you, Miss Perfect." "Perfect. I busted my ass while you coasted. You think I loved missing out on life to play your safety net?" He stopped, eyes red. "I didn't see it like that. You never had to." My phone buzzed. "Carla, about tomorrow's meeting. You need to go," I said firm. "Face your mess for once." "Mom said you've turned hard," he muttered. "Not hard, just done." I opened the door, rain roaring in. "Hotel's down the street if you've got cash." He grabbed his bag, jaw tight. "Thought you cared." "I do. That's why I'm not bailing you out." He paused at the threshold. "What if I can't hack it?" "Then you learn. That's how it works." He trudged out, and I shut the door, shaking. 3 missed calls from Mom popped up. She clearly heard from him already. I texted Jamie. "Lucas just showed. Sent him packing. Feel awful." She fired back. "You're not awful. You're giving him what they never did, a push." I stared at my Reebok file. My little haven earned through grit. Lucas could hate me, but I wasn't his crutch anymore. What would you do if your sibling showed up like that? Is it betrayal to say no, or the kindest cut?
Elena's family lies bled her dry. A sister's revenge nearly took it all. But what's darker than betrayal? Seeing your buried husband dining on a cruise ship, alive while your life never was the same again. Click now. Next story's a brutal twist you won't survive missing.